G'day everyone, the Gloom Guy here. I am here with some news, with something that I'm doing. It's a big taking, bit of an undertaking, some would say. You can all see, Shining Victory's 10, if you know your Voltex binders, you know what this means. I am undergoing, well, for lack of a better word, starting a full master set of Destined Rivals. Now I have to get this 12th page because it's the only way I can fit it all. As I am going for a complete master set. I'm talking all 408 cards. Now this is going to be quite the undertaking. But with the thanks of Pokemon GG and this box of wonderful things that I happen to have already, and I realize I've knocked my camera off course, I can get started on this. So, thankfully, I have a lovely, lovely stack of unfortunately unsleeved, soon to be sleeved, as per good binder behavior, in my lovely, lovely sleeves. It is going to be quite the undertaking. I will be sleeving and putting in every single one of these, and hopefully, when I find out how much I have left, it will be the journey of collecting the rest. I do have up on my screen here exactly where I'm starting. So without further ado, let's begin. Now, why did I choose this set? I don't know. I've been opening some Destined Rivals thanks to the... what was it? The Advent Calendar. It was quite lovely. And as soon as I saw Destined Rivals, I was like, this is going to be fun. Why not? Now, unfortunately, I don't happen to have much. I have about 50% according to Pokemon GG's. But for the ones I do have, it is a good start. And that makes me happy, because any start's a good start. Now, as I said, it will be a full collection, going with all non-holo and reverse holos. But that's page 1. Thankfully, this set is in its blocks of the... what's the wording? The types. So I'm very excited for that. But that's page 1. Now I have to move on to page 2. Sadly, not much happening on this page until midway first, where I have a single reverse holo Rotom. And he's going to be having one person move into the neighborhood with him. A stock non-holo from Mantis. Mantis, not from Mantis. Forgive me. And then, since everything's out of whack due to that young Mega, we have our non-holo Blipbug, our reverse holo Blipbug. Here goes the Applin, Diplin, and Hydrapples, which I hope I pick up off my friend, the Heracross King. We have our non-foil Tarantula, and then on the next page, starting at the start, none other than our reverse holo Tarantula. Quite honestly, the fact that they added these character-owned ones, I love it. I love the idea. Sadly though, we only have the holofoil? Yes, normal holofoil spite-offs. I will hopefully find a reverse hollow for it with some other packs. Our reverse hollow Smollies. I did do pickups yesterday. I was going to my local Flesh and Blood. Played and then saw the folders and went, oh yeah, I should hunt through these. A lovely Arbaliber EX will fit right in here. Next up, good old Radel. Little bug, just minding his own business. Goes down bottom left. I have a row. I have one row, ladies and gentlemen. It's not much, but it's a start. And that's what it's about. A good start. Just seeing where you go when you start walking. A bit of positive thinking in this daunting task. And then, a stock standard Gloom Master, Ogapon. Sadly, no reverse hollow, which will go here. Then up is 2 Growlers, which I have none of. That makes me sad. But I do have this little Arcanine, who goes sitting in his home right here. Reverse hollows, our Ponytails, our Rapidashers, and then one of the prettiest birds, the Moltres. Of course it's owned by Team Rocket, those thieving bastards probably stole him. But he sits down here, and he gets 2 friends, which I happen to have both of. Ethan Cyndaquil, in not only non-foil, but I have the hollow foil. I am hoping to get this line of evolution completed. I am missing, I think, sadly, the reverse hollow Lava. Let me consult the pages. Yes, just a reverse hollow Quilava, all I'm missing for that evolution line. Because I got lucky with my normal hollow foil Turflosion, as well as a reverse hollow, which I'm honestly thankful that they do multiple rarities, because sometimes that outside silver foiling does get a little messy. Oh, and I've already made my first mistake. I've put them too close together. I was getting too excited. I apologize. But move it. We got our Slugma. Just a stock standard. No Macargo. Macargo sits in the rare slot, that's why. I was wondering how I hadn't seen a Macargo, but Macargo being a rare, I enjoyed that. I have stock and reverse hollow Houndours. The spicy puppy of all spicy puppies. Sadly no Houndooms, no Ethan Soho, no Torchics, no stock Combuskin, but I do have reverse hollow Combuskin, and a lovely, but normal, hollow foil Blaziken. I will hopefully get the reverse hollow very soon, which will be going right next to him. Next up is Fan of a Heat Rotor in the reverse hollow. And then everybody's favourite, at least looking to me, I believe it's people's favourites. Actually, I believe the green Ogapon is the one that's the most used. But I haven't been playing Pokemon for that long. Next up was... we're on to the water types. Sadly, no Misty Psyduck. That made me sad. But what I do have to make up for it is a rather complete page. Non-hollow. And reverse hollow Misty Staryu. To be completed with non-hollow and reverse holo Starmie. I was quite happy to get those two together. I was hoping I would get them. One magic card will one day grow into a beautiful butterfly. Also, they say. Mrs. Gyarados going just after. Oh, come on. Come down a little. There we go. This is my first time purchasing a Voltex binder, which I am absolutely ecstatic about the quality of this. I love the look of it. Luckily, my Amazon is a retailer for them, so I got to get it off them and had it here within a day of delivery. I'm very happy that I got both my Laprases. They're my pretties. No Articunos, no Feebas, but I do have its evolution, the Melodic, which belongs to Cynthia. I have to give respect to Cynthia for the fact that she held on to a rather not exactly pretty card in Feebas, but she loved it, and it rewarded her by turning into the beautiful Melodic. I did have a holo foil Clamperl, and both rarities of Huntail. And then the alternate for Clamperl, Gorbis, in normal holo foiling. I will get a reverse holo very soon. I feel it. I'm manifesting it. We'll get ourselves our Weasel. And honestly, the water page is looking good. Moving on. I somehow managed to get the reverse foil Floatzel before I got a normal Floatzel. Which is funny. I enjoy the idea of it. You can just end up with whatever. There's no real rhyme or reason why you got it. You just got it. Snover into the Snow. We do love our Bulbous Snows. Next up is the Wash Rotor. I do find it weird that while we have, I guess, industrialized some Pokemon before with like the Machamps and stuff being used for moving companies, but using an actual Pokemon as a washing machine feels very disrespectful. Rotom deserves better. Alright, Arrokuda slips in here. No reverse holos. Barraskewda's nowhere to be seen. My Cetoddles sitting up here, which I didn't get any. I was a little sad of that. But what we do have is Cetitan EX. A lovely card. I love the way that his foot's coming out of the frame on this one. Like he's kicking out of the card. He wants to go home. And then everybody's second favorite big boy, the Dodonzo. At least I believe he's a big boy. Like I said, I haven't played much of the Pokemon games. I am planning on just sitting down and having a go. Oh no. This is the problem with these inner sleeves sometimes. Too much freshness. There we go. Dodonzo sits on the second row. He's happy with his neighbour Cetitan. That's our water block done. Moving on to the electric, which I feel like I shouldn't put side by side, but hey, if they can't learn to play together, they have no reason to be in this binder. This Electivire, I love the look of Electivire. It just has a sleek yet rough design. He actually sits one more over, because I'm a silly Billy. And then this bird, the shocking bird, only in holo foil. But next page, we do in fact get onto one of the cuter Pokemons in the world, the Pichu. he sits up here. I wish he was sitting further away from Team Rocket's Mareep, because I feel like this sheep will just lure him in, and then they'll steal him again. That's all Team Rocket wants to do. They just want to steal, man. We got our Flaffy down below him. And I got weirdly lucky by getting the reverse holo of the Ampharos. So we leave him down here. No electrics, no non-foil Manectric, but one normal foil Manectric. No Rotums, no Zeraoras. That one made me a little sad, but hey. Moving on, I have 6 more sleeves. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 hits on this next page. We have the King of the Nose, Drowsy. Every time I see that schnoz, I just know I'm in for a bad time. I will be confused 17 times, and I will punch myself 15 of those times. An absolute beautiful card. Allow me to slip in. Why did Team Rocket have to get Mewtwo? Man, they don't deserve him. They don't deserve that boy. What about all the people he murdered? What murder? And the greatest boy of all time, Wobbuffet. Like, Wobbuffet never did any wrong. In fact, I'm pretty sure he helped, from what I remember from seeing random episodes of Pokemon. He helped the main protagonists rather than Team Rocket themselves. We have a ball toy. I quite enjoy the ball toy Claydol line. The art style of them is very unique, to say the least. I apologize for that. We got ourselves the Claydol. All belonging to one Steven. And then we got Chingling to finish off that top row. That's sadly all those sleeves gone. I knew I'd be going through sleeves, so I need to get another ETB lot of sleeves. I may buy them off my friend, actually, now that I think about it. The Heracross King would probably sell them to me. But the final card of the lovely, lovely Psychic side. The Mimikyu, just wanting to be loved. Sadly, it fell in with Team Rocket, so I don't know if it's worthy of love now. But it just sits under Chingling. No Dottlers and no Orbeetles, which is wild. I don't know how I missed out on them. Given I probably only opened about, I want to say, 9-10 packs or so. So, it's not like the end of the world. I'm still fresh in my Destined Rivals journey. But I did get the reverse holo Annihilate. Who gets a lovely neighbour? Or is it a neighbour? It could just be a bush. The Sudowoodo, belonging to Ethan. He always made me feel weird, Sudowoodo, just the way he moved. I don't know what it was about him. Now, sadly, this Larvitar is coming out of my collection for my Larvitar Master set. Why? This one's a little more important to me. This will be my first, possibly easy to complete collection. So I wanted to focus on this rather than getting a one of everything. Alright, this is for the fun plugins. Because this is my first full top row. We start with the reverse holo Pupitar, the holo foil Team Rocket Tyranitar, a reverse foil Team Rocket Tyranitar, and then what could they possibly have to continue up against Tyranitar, but nose pass. You just smell on the daisies. The sunflowers, they smell wonderful. He knows what's good in life. He is wise. But who is more wise than him? The Probopass. If Probopass wants to go home. Him and his little guys. I love his little friends. He sits over here though. I have been slowly but surely playing back into Pokemon. Our first locals of the year was yesterday. No, 2 days ago. That was quite fun. It was good to be back. I just wish I won more games playing my Mega Lopunny Destinor deck. Now we have the absolute unit here. The king himself, Regirock. Where's his handbag? Nobody knows. Got lost on the wayside. Now also coming out of my collection, making me a little sad, but I'm okay with it. My Cynthia's Gibble, the happy boy. He sits there. He's just happy to be alive. He's happy that you're looking at him. He's happy that he loves you. Sadly no Gabite. And I didn't get Cynthia's Garchomp. I did not see that in the folders, which surprising. I thought I'd be able to find one. Got the Hippopotas. And then his evolution, Hippowdon, in both non-foil and hollow foil, baby. I'm very excited about this. Oh boy. We have Mudbray. A re-retreat on a Mudbray. My goodness. They had to do him dirty. But at least he grows up into the Mudsdale. %30 less, 30%, 30 less damage. Alright. Then on to last page of the fighting. We have Arven and his weird land walking Toad School and his Toad Scroll. When I found out that there was going to be what's their names? Tentacruel and Tentacool. But land walking? My brain stopped working. It didn't make sense to me. But we move on to the darkness now. With Team Rocket's Ekans. Back in the OG episodes, they were a force to be reckoned with. I mean, my god, they basically blew up a Pokemon Center. I was really surprised by that being the second episode. I am slowly getting through my watch. It is an arduous task considering how behind I am. But I like the series. I like the way that it persevered. And what it, I guess, for lack of a better term, blossomed into. But we do have the Queen herself. I prefer Nidoqueen over Nidoking. As much as I love the colour purple of Nidoking, and speaking of, coming up next is the king himself. But did he have to go with Team Rocket? Couldn't he have been a friend? Looking mean like that? But he sits next to the meanest thing of all. If you ever walked into a cave, you know this face. You don't want this face anywhere near you. You want it to go away very quickly. As well as his big brother, Golbat. The amount of pain and suffering of thinking you're about to make it out of a cave, and then you hit with a Golbat. It was always painful. You could never recover. But then we have Crobat. I have no gripes with Crobat. Crobat's kind of chill. Apart from Team Rocket, they're not chill. Moving on, we have Grimer. Sadly, no Mux. But I do got is a coughing into a wheezing. Why is he wheezing? I don't know. Asthma? Maybe it's the air quality of where he lives. He should probably look into being safe, looking after himself. We got a Murkrow. Didn't have a hit. And then I managed to get Hollow for a Sneasel. Looking rather dastardly and devious. But now I'm back to the good guys. And by good guys, I guess, I mean Cynthia. With her Spiritomb. And then my personal favorite trainer, Marnie. Marnie is cool. I quite enjoy Marnie and her demeanor, her pizzazz of the way that she presents herself. And Scrafty's just dope as hell. Man just walked around with his pants around his waist. Now, is this? Yes, I did get close. Oh, I am hitting this microphone like no tomorrow. But he is on the next page. Sitting at the top. With my first Pokemon deck that I actually took and played. Impidimp. This whole evolution line was so weird because my friends told me about it when I was playing Sword and Shield. And they were like, oh, have you got a Grimmsnarl? I'm like, no, what's that? Who's it come from? It's like, oh, you can Impidimp. I'm like, this little thing? And they're like, yeah, just evolve it, trust me. You'll love it. And it carried me. I was so pleasantly surprised by it that I made him my first deck. But when I actually decided to play, I did try to make a Victini VMAX deck way back in... I forget, Evolving Skies, I think it was the set? Where the big, round Pikachu came with the VMAX. Oh, I do love this boy. I was my boss stiff. Dogs are so silly. I love dogs. The way they flop around at times. They have zero sense of direction at times and will just look so content with this, not knowing what they're doing. We have Steven Skarmory, which I find intriguing. We have a Skarmory who can't be tamed, and then we have Steven Skarmory. What's so special about him? No, like, you ain't nothing, Steven. But then we got his Metang. And what's a Metang without its evolution? The king of my time when I played Pokemon Emerald. The Metagross. It was so amazing when I got that Beldum. I had no idea what I was in store for. But it was beautiful. I loved it. Rounding up this page, no Steel was Zamazenta. I believe there's no more. It's just one page of Steel with... Who was it that I missed? I missed Fortress, Beldum, And that's it. Not really much else. But we're on to the normals now. We have Team Rocket's Rattata, the Raticate, sadly no Meows, but I do have the Persian. Ooh, get in there. Come on. A nice Persian to me had a lot better skill set. Obviously, it is an evolution of Meow, so there's no real big difference, but felt like it was just better. Our Tauros, the King of Sieges, Porygon, and unsure if I'm going to get up to that episode or whether that's been removed from Pokemon history. But I would love to see that episode where Porygon just absolutely wigs out. Unfortunately, I am missing a lot from this page. We have our Team Rocket's Porygon 2, Porygon Z's, Talos and Swallows. But I do have the King of the Cheeks, Arvin Squirvet, as well as his reverse foil. I'm happy I got both of them. Forgive me for a sec. That's better. I had to fix my microphone, so I'm not going to hit it anymore. But, moving on. We have the normal Greedent in, if I could show it off, just Holo Foil. I did not get its reverse holo. We have Squawkabilly. And that does it for the Pokemon. The fact that I'm already done with Pokemon is so wild. I thought I had more. But it is the beginnings. This page makes me happy. I do hope to complete that page. Poor Mimikyu all alone. The fighting, the dark. So much dark. Wow, there's like 5 pages of dark in here. Skarmory with steel. So many normals. But now, moving on to the trainers. With a man's sandwich. From Arvin. I do have both of these. Non-foil and foil. We have Cynthia's Power Weight. Is Cynthia Rockley? Let me know in the comments. Because why else should she be using a Power Weight? I am missing this whole row. Oh my god. No Energy Recycler, no Ethan's Adventure. But what I do have is this cave. No Judges, no Ash, no Spikemuth, apart from in my deck, but I don't really want to rip my deck apart for this. Team Rocket's Archer. And that's all I got for Team Rocket stuff. But I do have the Botherbot. Why is he a bother? Well, he's just coming to take your things. Alright. That's all my clues gone for that. Now moving on to, sadly, some silver-backed ones. Because I couldn't find any with the black backs outside of... Oh, I hope it looks alright. Ah, look, a midway change won't be bad, as long as they're sleeved and they're looked after. But I have both Team Rocket's Giovanni. I'm very happy with that. We have Proton. This one here is named Petrel. Could have been Neutron. Proton and Neutron. Why not? Game Freak, hit me up. I know things. I know how to make your naming conventions funnier. Do not contact me, please. God. I make bad jokes, and that's all. What am I missing from here? Team Rocket's Watchtower. Didn't pull that yet. But I do have TM Machine, which sits just over here, underneath the bomb. Lamp oil, rope, bombs. It's yours, if you have the money. We have both Team Rocket energies. I somehow managed to have 2 hollow foils instead of 2 normals. So I guess I got weirdly lucky. But we are now going to be seeing very empty slots, because with that, we are now on to the IRs, the illustration rares themselves. Yanma will be going there. Cynthia's Roserade, Shaman, Russell, Bidops, Hydrapple, Rapidash, Typhlosion, the Houndoom, which looks amazing, the Blaziken, the Psyduck, the Lapras, but I did get lucky in a couple packs that I cracked open. With the Pearl. It's so pretty. So beautiful. Who's the artist's name? Maury Yu. Smash it out of the park, Maury. We got Electrite, we got Rotom, we got Orbeetle. But then we have this man looking fondly at his Weezing. I've already forgotten his name. I apologize to him. I don't even have him. I can't look back and see his name. But here's Weezing. Sits up here. We've got the Murkrow, the Sabazenta, the Raticate, Team Rocket's Meowth, Kangaskhan. I did see the Kangaskhan. I didn't pick it up because I didn't want to spend too much. I am taking this liberally with response to the cost of cards, considering the market down here in Australia is quite crazy at the moment. I am missing a Yanmega EX, I believe it. But I do have 2 at the top here. In fact, this is my most complete page for not IRs now, these are the double rares. Team Rocket's Moltres. We have Ethan's OO. Wait, these aren't called double rares. Are these ultra rares? These are ultra rares. The double rares are the, if I remember, the Electivire. Oh yeah, funnily enough. The Electivire EX from before. We then move on. Only Regirock, which makes me... I'm surprised we didn't have all the Reggies. That would have been cool to have. Oh boy. Come on. Slip in. We have Cravat. And we have... Come on. Persian. This is an insanely full page for such pretty things. No MC type, no Ethan's Adventure. But what I do have is a man who tells it how it is. The judge. Shoves a hand in the deck and draws 4 cards. We're playing fair Pokemon today. Everybody draw 4 cards. That's all you get to do. No Ariana, no Archer, but we do have Giovanni. You've all seen me pull this off the advent calendar also. Patrol missing. But I do have Proton, who sits right here. Now it comes with the big hits. I believe these are the special illustration rares. Yes. Yeah, Mega, the Moltres, the Ho-Oh, one of the Grails that will be from this set. Team Rocket's Mewtwo, SIR. Since it's Garchomp, the Nido King, then we've got the Crobat, Mabosstiff, Ethan's Adventure, Ariana, Giovanni, and then we're on to a completely different one, Hyper Rares. With Ethan's Ho-Oh, and from my build and battle, which I am very happy to slip in, my Hyper Rare Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX. He will sit there. He will be happy. He will live freely. Since it's Garchomp, Team Rocket's got Crobat, Jamming Tower, and Lavencia. And that's 409. I have a lot of catching up to do. I will agree. I am 133 out of 244 collected. And that is not counting the actual reverse. Because I don't half-ass things. If I'm going to collect them all, I'm going to collect them all. It's how you do it with the Pokedex. It's how you should do it with the real stuff. But I want to thank you all for watching and for supporting the channel, the little bits that you have, for those that have been around. I am loving this journey and loving sharing it all with you. So until next time, when will probably be a update on this for a couple cards that I may pick up from friends. Have a good day, a good evening, a good afternoon, depending where you are in the world. Be good to each other, and I'll see you in the next video.